Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is a Spiritual Seeker back with another pick a card reading, and today we're going to be talking about finances. I have had a lot of people request financial readings, particularly if they will be rich or become a millionaire. Now I do just want to put it out there that this isn't going to be a reading as to a yes or no if you're going to become a millionaire, because I really do think that question in itself becomes very restricting. Mainly the reason is because I'm pretty sure it's like either 1% of the entire world's population is a millionaire. It could be billionaire, I'm not too sure, don't exactly quote me on that, but I know it is a very low percentage, and so automatically it does already make the chances slim. And if you don't already have a predisposition to wealth, such as you've been born into it or it's been passed down to you, even if you've got your own business, it's very hard to get to like such high figure numbers and create that kind of wealth for yourself. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I just don't want to give you false hope, because sometimes it is in our spiritual contract that we are born into financial constraints, or born into poor families, because prior to birth we already choose where we're going to live, who our parents are. You know, we've already signed contracts with that. If we've had a past life where we've been materialistic and been in a wealthy situation, then in this life we might choose to have certain financial constraints or worries in our spiritual contract in this life, so that we can learn lessons, okay? Because life is all about learning and experiencing polar opposites, okay? Our souls want to experience both sides of the same coin, and so if you've been wealthy in quite a lot of previous lives, then you might already be predispositioned. I don't want to say like predispositioned as in like you can't ever be financially happy, but I mean, you know, you've already got that predisposition there because it serves as a lesson for you, and it's not until that we learn that lesson that we can change that. And I do want to say as well that the future is malleable, the future is changeable. So this reading in 6 to 12 months may not longer apply to you, because these pick a card readings, it's the same as any other pick a card reading. They focus primarily on the outcome and what will happen and what will be, and the possibilities of what will happen if you continue on your current path. But I do want to stress that if you change a decision, if you change your path in any way, whether it's 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, or 2 years from now, it might change the outcome, because, you know, the world, you know, these paths are full of infinite outcomes. And so I do just want to put it in there that you know, it is malleable. It might not ring true, you know, 12 months down the line, because we've changed our path, we've changed a decision, etc. And so I do just want to put it out there for that reason mainly. I mean, I don't want to give you like false hope. So this reading is really going to be about you know, will I be able to achieve my financial desires? And what I financially desire might be different to what you financially desire. One person might financially desire just to get by and pay the bills and live comfortably, and another person might desire to save, you know, $5,000 in the next couple of months. That might be their financial desire. So it is really going to be about what you personally financially desire, and I think that's a better question to ask, because then this reading can be more personal to you and not just a specific yes, no, will I be rich, etc. We are going to delve quite deep into this. It is going to be a long reading, quite detailed, because I'm not going to show you the cards in case you haven't picked, but you know, you can see how many cards I've got for each deck. So we're going to choose between 1, the diamond, 2, the sun, and 3, the star. I actually not too sure if that's the Star of David. I don't really want to quote anything on that because I'm not too sure. It could not be, but I'm pretty sure, isn't it like the six-pointed star is the Star of David? I don't really know. Drop a comment if you know what it is, but for some reason I just drew it. So we're just going to call it the star anyway. So I'll give you a few moments to decide, and I do just want to say again, thank you so much for 500 subscribers now, because we've hit another milestone. I think it was only a couple of days ago I was on like 300, so people are really enjoying and liking these readings. And you know, I'm so thankful for it. I'm so grateful for your support, your comments, that you resonate with things. So anyway, I'll shut up talking now. It is a bit of a long intro, I'm sorry. I'll let you pick between 1, 2, or 3. So if you picked pile 1, the diamond, we're going to go ahead with your reading. I'm just going to put these ones to the side, number 2 and 3, just so we've got more room on the camera. So we have the diamond. So we have discontent and boredom. We have chakra clearing. I did pull these cards for what we can do to heal a situation. So we've got Magician and the Mirror. We have 7th chakra, Daughter Spirit, Blossom in Abundance, Healer of the Ages, 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel, also known as the Throat chakra, Angel of Strength, Goddess of the Moon, 4th chakra, and Rest and Rejuvenation. I forgot to say that's the heart chakra, that one with Raphael. So will you have the finances you desire? I'm getting a yes, because we do have the Blossom in Abundance card, but currently this is a struggle for you because we do have the number 3 at the top. 3s in numerology and just in general tarot reading numbers indicate, you know, a struggle of some sort. We're not having the abundance that we want, but it is coming because it's blossoming, but it's not fully blossomed yet. And I am getting currently that if in your current job or work atmosphere, you are feeling discontent and bored, either this situation is too stable for you with the number 4, as in you've worked the same job on the same wage for years on end, months on end, and you know you're starting to become a bit bored because you know there's more to life than it, or it's almost unstable for you in a sense where because you've been on the same wage and the same job, you're not getting any higher up than you want to be. You're kind of stuck and stagnant. And I can also see that you've gone through a spiritual awakening recently, because we've got someone here who's got his back turned. Alright, he's got his back turned to the rainbow, also it could be considered as the chakra colours. So you might have rejected this because of the type of job that you were in. You were rejecting spiritual awakening. But, you know, now you've got no choice to face it, because the light shining under your feet now, it's just tipped your world upside down. You've got no choice but to face it, because it's becoming unstable to the point where you have to move on or you have to get out of a situation. You feel forced out of work situations, feeling like you can't grow anymore, feeling stuck and stagnant, so it forces change upon you. And I am seeing, yeah, that you've probably gone through a spiritual awakening. You've took the Daughter Spirit, but again, you might have turned your back to this at first because you might have been in a very corporate job, so you couldn't be spiritual, you couldn't, you know, awaken that side of you, and it could have been a struggle because we've got 3 + 2 = 5. 5's all about challenges, you know, being like, it's like halfway to 10, because the numbers usually work from, well, 0 to 9, but I know in traditional tarot we do have the number 10 of there, like the 10 of cups, the 10 of swords, that sort of thing. So you're kind of like at the halfway point where you feel stuck in the middle, and now you've got no choice but to walk through this Daughter Spirit. The Daughter Spirit is calling you, yeah, a spiritual awakening possibly, or you're becoming more spiritually enlightened. It's possible as well that you could find your answers to financial desire and success through receiving spiritual messages, because it's also really strange how we've got the chakra clearing card with the 7th chakra, we've also got the 5th chakra, and we've also got the 4th chakra, so you've got all the chakras. Now, currently, you might not be tapping into this 7th chakra, the crown chakra. The crown chakra is all about spiritual knowledge, the divine. Again, we've got 4 + 1 = 5. 5 is about struggle. You're struggling to tap into this divine knowledge that can provide you with answers. Your chakras might be a little bit blocked up and stagnant, which is why you feel stagnant. You're currently in a job that doesn't feel right. Again, because look, we've got the discontent and border around a green border. In this deck, the green border indicates the heart chakra, emotions, feelings. You're in a job that just doesn't feel right anymore. It just doesn't fit it. But you're struggling to speak out about this because the 5th chakra, the throat chakra, is all about clear communication, speaking your truth, living in your truth. You don't feel like you're living in your truth. You don't feel like you're living up to your potential. You're struggling to speak to others about this because possibly a lot of other people aren't as spiritually aware as you, and you're finding hard to find that connect where you can communicate this to other people. You're finding that really difficult, and so you're kind of ignoring it, or you're really struggling to tap into divine knowledge, but it is there. It is available to you. You just got to make sure that you are clearing your chakras, making sure that you are aligned. But I've also got someone who's a magician. Yeah, you are a magician. You've got the the infinity symbol above your head. I don't know if you can see that on there. You might have options open to you and you're not too sure. You might be juggling 2 different jobs or 2 different things at the same time that are complete opposites. You might have a spiritual hobby and you might have a corporate job. It might be something of that nature, but currently you're not tapping into that. And I just want to put it in there as well that I do think he looks like Dumbledore. Let's just take a moment to appreciate how alike he looks to Dumbledore. I do actually see him as a magician just for that reason. He reminds me of Harry Potter. But yeah, anyway, back to the reading because that's kind of irrelevant, but I had to say it. Yeah, you might be juggling 2 different paths right now. And we've got 5 + 3 = 8. 8's a family number. And I've also got a family number here as well. 5 + 1 = 6. 6 and 8 are family numbers. Let me just check, yeah. So these 2 are family numbers. So you might actually be in a family business that you just don't want to be in anymore. But I'm also seeing that you're a healer. You are a healer. You've got the power in your hands. You're spiritually enlightened. I mean, look at that. It's divine knowledge, divine power. We've got infinite knowledge here that can be tapped into. Sorry, I'm too close to the camera here. Divine knowledge that can be tapped into. You can utilize this power to heal other people. And I also think it's really cool how we got the healer card, also with the heart chakra. So you heal other people's hearts. You might really want to be in a job where you counsel people, or be a family counsellor. Yeah. And also we have the angel of strength, so you are strong enough to do this, but currently it's a struggle because again we've got 5. We've got the lion, we've got Leo energy in here. Might resonate for some of you, might not. Just take it as it resonates. But even if you're not a Leo, you need to be tapping into this fiery Leo energy where you are in charge. You are the leader of your own destiny, and you are using this fire energy and utilizing it to heal people, but also make sure that you're healing yourself and you're healing your own chakras, because if you heal yourself and your own chakras, you will have the blossom in abundance that you're currently struggling with, and those fruits will ripen, those flowers will blossom. But you need to make sure that you're having positive thoughts. You might be having negative thoughts about money right now because you're that discontent and bored, and it's making you unstable spiritually, because what's happening is thoughts create reality. So if you're having negative thoughts, the universe doesn't think, oh, that's good or bad. The universe just thinks that's what he or she wants, so that's what I'm going to give them. So make sure that your thoughts are positive. Make sure that you are aligned. Make sure that you are tapping into spiritual knowledge. Make sure that you are resting and rejuvenating. We've got a man here meditating, balancing the energy around his own body, making sure you're taking the time to monitor your thoughts, really sit and think and contemplate about this situation. You might also be having a lot of dreams as well right now. We've got 5 + 2 = 7. As I've said in many other readings, 7 is the spiritual number. Tapping into spirit through dreams, getting spiritual and subconscious messages through dreams. You also might be going through the dark night of the soul right now. But remember, even if you are going through this dark period, this dark night of the soul in your spiritual awakening, remember that even if the moon is there, the sun will rise again. It has to. That's just how it works. The sun rises and the sun sets, and the sun will rise again. She's holding the moon. It might also be about fears or subconscious fears linked to money, or fears of the self, feeling like you're not good enough for money, feeling that you're not worthy enough. But you might be getting dreams, so make sure to get a dream journal, write those down, because they hold hidden messages for you. You're getting answers to your questions in your dreams. The moon can also be about deceit as well. So possibly people lying about financial situations. If you are in business with family, there's some sneakiness going on for some of you. Not all of you, don't take that if it doesn't resonate, but you know, for some of you, we've got that. But yeah, just make sure that you're resting and rejuvenating. Make sure that you open the door to spirit. Don't close the door to spirit. The spirit world is providing you with answers. And I know it's a struggle because again, 3 + 2 = 5. 5's about struggle. But you will find stability again. But you know, just think of it as an aeroplane. When we spiritually awaken, you're not just on a regular aeroplane, you're on a jet fast aeroplane, and you know, the faster the speed that you fly, you know, the rockier the journey is going to be because you're traveling faster. So you are growing faster if you have spiritually awakened right now, or are very spiritually aware, because I'm seeing such a spiritual person here. Possibly you want to get into a psychic career, or a career where you can at least be creative and not feeling trapped and bored and stuck, because now you're turning your back on it. But yeah, that's why you might be feeling a bit unstable and out of balance right now, because you're just traveling and growing faster than you normally would on a regular aeroplane. That's the analogy I like to use. But you have got this strength. The magician also talks about manifesting as well. You have the capability to manifest abundance. You have the capability to manifest abundance. I mean, if you actually want to read the numbers on their own without adding them up, 5 + 3, again, struggle. We've got struggle. So you're not currently tapping into this divine energy, this divine wisdom, this divine knowledge. He has books, he has knowledge, he has esoterical truths. You're not currently tapping into this, but you do have the power to manifest this into your reality, to create that abundance that you want, and your financial desires. Hello, are you going to interrupt my reading again? Yeah. Yeah, you do have the power to do that. You are Dumbledore, basically. You are Dumbledore. So, yeah. You're Dumbledore. But yeah, make sure that you're resting. Make sure that you're healing yourself as well as other people. And again, it could be family counselling. It might not actually be a psychic career. You might just really want to counsel people or spiritually guide and heal people. And people really like that, and that's your soul's calling to do something like that. It might even be spiritual teaching, because the magician is a teacher as well. He's full of knowledge. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing that. Make sure that you're opening that door to spirit to get that abundance. I know it's a struggle right now, and you're feeling a bit discontent and bored, and something doesn't feel right, again with the green. But make sure you're doing things that feel right. You can be logical and practical about a situation, and you might have turned your back to it before, but just make sure that you're doing things that feel right. You're tapping into divine knowledge. And also make sure, where is the card? That you're speaking your truth and living your truth, and you're not living a lie, because that's what's going to cause discontent and boredom. If you're in a situation where you're no longer spiritually growing emotionally, where you're no longer, you know, just blossoming, you're just going to feel discontent and bored. That's just natural. But make sure that you are not rejecting the light. Again, chakra references for colours. Make sure that you're balancing your chakras, because we've got some imbalances, and these imbalances are creating negative thoughts and feelings, which is ultimately manifesting back into your reality, whether it's negative or positive. You know, life's all about experiencing both sides of the same coin. So, you know, the universe doesn't see any thought as bad or good. It sees it as a lesson and an experience. So make sure that you're attracting experiences and things into your life that you want. You know, always talk in the here and now. I have, not I want, I have, as if you already have it. Because, you know, make sure that you're living in the present moment, like this gentleman who's meditating. Because if we live in the future, we live in anxiety, and if we live in the past, we can actually fall into depression and that sort of thing. You know, I had this, or I want this. You should be saying I have this, as if you already have it. Because then if you think that you already have it, then the universe will give it to you, because that's what it expects. You expect to have it. You already do have it in your reality, so the universe has to follow through with that. It is the law of attraction. So make sure that you're doing these things. If you're healing others or focusing time on others, you might also be a carer, I'm getting, for some of you. make sure that if you're caring for others and healing others, that you're also looking after yourself, because you might be lacking strength because you're too busy looking after other people. You could be looking after other people physically, or you could be looking after other people financially. But make sure that you've got something else left for yourself, and you're receiving spiritual answers in your dream as well. So that's your message if you picked pile 1. If you like this reading, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed it, watch some of my other readings if you want to, or don't want to, you don't have to. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. So if you picked the Sun, will you get the finances that you desire? So we have Heart Chakra, number 4. We have Take Back Your Power. We have Storm Warning in reverse. We have All Tied Up in reverse. We have Hostilities, Strategy. We have Financial Constraints. We have the Temple Path, Angel of Love, Victory, and Cornucopia. So, if you picked the Sun, I've got a very strong feeling that your financial worries are linked to debt. Now, just remember that this might not resonate for all of you. Just remember, take what resonates, leave out what doesn't. But you've been in a hostile environment. You've really been feeling all tied up. You've been feeling like there's a storm brewing. You've been feeling like you can't get out of this situation. We have actually got the financial constraints card. 1 + 3 = 4. 4 is about stability. And we've also got 4 on the heart chakra. So you've really been feeling unstable by this situation. Really feeling negative about this situation. Feeling like you can't get anywhere with this. Feeling powerless. Because we've got the Take Back Your Power card. Feeling like you don't know what to do. You're all tied up in this situation. You've just been hit. It's almost like a tower moment where everything comes crashing down. You're probably in debt up to your eyeballs, I'm being told. Or you're getting into that stage where it's becoming seriously worrying to future finances. Like, am I ever going to get out of this? You know, the Storm Warning card tells me though that you might actually have gotten into this situation by yourself. So it might not be for everyone, but you might have been spending a lot and not really monitoring what you're spending, and that's got you into a lot of trouble because it's finally hit you. You know, the waves finally come crashing down on you. You know, the storm, and you're like, oh dear, what have I done? And you know, it's created a lot of hostilities. We've got 2 + 6 = 8. 8 is a family number, as I always say, paired up with number 6 as well. Anyway, 6 and 8 are family numbers. But this might have been causing a lot of tension in the home. So parents or family having to help you out, and you know, arguing because we've got the sword energy here. Thoughts, communication, harsh truths. Or you know, really fighting to get out of this hostile situation. Possibly arguments in the household, if this is a household situation where it's got into the household. People speaking blunt truths, and it's, you know, it's really hurt your feelings. You know, they might have said some quite nasty things to you, because we have got sword energy. We've got air energy. Could be an air sign, you could be an air sign. I do just like to throw those in there just in case they do resonate with certain people. But again, remember, it might not be for everyone. But I have got, oh sorry, I just knocked the camera. But we have got air energy in here, so possibly someone who's a bit of an airhead. Someone who's been speaking quite badly about this situation, or you've been excessively thinking about this situation is what I'm getting. Yeah, but I am getting that you're coming out of this though now, because this is in reverse. So we are coming out, like the storm is passing, like it can't get any worse than what it is now is what I'm getting. And you might feel financially constrained and tied up in a situation. Again, we've got 2 + 3 = 5. 5 is about struggle as well as number 3. So 5, you know, you're kind of like halfway there. It can't get any worse. It's reached its peak. You've really been struggling, but you're getting out of that now, to where you can actually free yourself up a bit. We have got that coming up if you're not in that period yet, because we have got victory. we've got victory, harmony. You know, we have got victory to success. I do see that you can have the finances that you desire. However, to get finances, you've got to make sure that you're taking back your power, that you take responsibility for this situation, that you make sure that you are leading the life that you want to live to victory, that you are, you know, blossoming like the flowers and fruit down here. This is also a twin flame card, so it might actually be related to a twin flame. That's why you've got financial issues and they've rubbed off on you, or you've rubbed off on them. So it might not resonate for everyone, but a twin flame could be involved in this as well, and it's causing tension. But yeah, you can have victory as long as you make a strategy or have a strategic plan. We got 2 + 1 = 3. I always say 3 and 5 is about struggle, as I've just said. So currently you're struggling with a strategy. You're like, I don't know what to do. You know, write down a plan. You know, we've got the journal on here, a journal log. Make sure that you're doing step-by-step actions. What can you do to get out of this situation? What is your strategy going to be? I see the card as quite a fiery card anyway, because we've got like red and orange energy. So make sure that you're sitting in fire energy. Fire energy is about action. Make sure that even if you're writing these down, what you're going to do with a strategy, make sure that you're carrying out this plan and sticking to it, taking back your power, taking the lead, taking responsibility, owning up if you've got yourself into this situation. And I'm not casting judgment on anyone. It's quite easily to fall into debt, that sort of thing, and have financial constraints. But if it is something that you've done, make sure that you're owning up to that and really, you know, grabbing a hold of it and taking your power back and being like, right, I'm going to sort it out. Make sure that you're taking the lead, because no one else is going to do it for you, is what I'm being told. You've got to do this yourself. But yeah, you can have the victory. And I'm also seeing for some of you with this as well, my guides are telling me, make sure that you are writing mantras down as well. So to get to your desired finances, back to a stable situation, what feels right, again with the heart chakra, to heal these issues, make sure that you're writing mantras as in I have, not I want or I had. Don't reflect on the past and don't reflect on the future, because the world doesn't, and the universe doesn't understand time. We are, you know, if you're having negative thoughts about money, you are manifesting those negative thoughts into reality, and creating more chaos and more storms. Make sure that you are living in the present moment and saying I have, because if you say I have, the universe thinks, oh well, they already have it, that's what they're manifesting, so I've got to give it to them. So they have, it's, you know, it's the law of attraction. Make sure that you're saying I am financially stable, I have enough money, I am happy with my financial situation, not I want to be or I desire to be. Make sure that you're coming from the present moment, because that's what the universe believes. Because you might have a lot of hostility right now, and I'm also getting the angel of love. So it could possibly be a twin flame relationship, guys. I'm telling you, could be a twin flame situation that's got you into this financial debt or financial troubles. Yeah, it could really be a twin flame that's done this. You've possibly been giving and they've been taking, or vice versa. But it's also telling me as well, make sure that you're doing something that you love in your career. Make sure that you're doing something that feels right, because if you do things out of love or something that feels right, you will get the stability like the number 4, and you will also ripen your fruits and the sun will come up again. You will have balance. 1 + 1 = 2. 2 is about balance. You can get balance as long as you're doing things from the heart that feels right. You might have been giving money, if this is a twin flame, you might have been giving money to them out of love because you loved them so much, but you were blinded by the situation and all tied up in it. And then we had the storm here. It's almost like a tower moment. And now you're like, oh, I'm struggling with a strategy. And you felt powerless because you felt like you had to give and give and give, because your heart was in it. You thought that was the right thing to do. And obviously it might not have been the right thing to do now, looking back on it and reflecting on that. But you might have been blinded by love. is what I'm getting. But make sure that you take back your power, you stand back in your power, and you come up with a strategy. You're writing mantras down. You are physically writing and putting energy and intention onto that, what you want to manifest, and then you can have victory. We've got 8 + 2 = 10, so 1 + 0 = 1. So 1's about victory. 1 is about taking the lead. Again, like with the take back your power, taking the lead in a situation. I always see victory in like number 1 is like sitting in root chakra energy, sitting in red energy, fire energy, action. Also, I always see, you know, number 1 is almost being like a dominant number, a leader, not a follower, making sure that you're leading and doing things for yourself that feel right for you to get your own stability. Because you can't offer stability to others if you don't have it yourself, is also what I'm getting. So you can still give to people, but make sure that, you know, you're not missing out on yourself, that you're still putting yourself as number 1, that you're still putting yourself first. Otherwise, you're going to end up all tied up, possibly in family arguments or family situations, bringing things back home to the family from work and work stresses, creating tension and arguments. And nasty things being said around the home. And the last card is also the Temple Path. So the spiritual number, spiritual card, not spiritual number, sorry. Yeah, the spiritual card. We've got 1 + 2 = 3. 3 is about struggle. You might have been finding it really hard to get to that place that feels right. You know, the Temple Path's all about spiritual truth, spiritual awareness, getting to that temple that feels right, that is right for you. Possibly you've also been, if you are a spiritual person, you've been struggling tapping into spirit recently because you've been so caught up in these financial constraints that have just been throwing you off balance and making you unstable, because we've got 1 + 3 = 4, so 4 is about stability, but in this case it's about instability because it's constraint. So you've been really struggling to do what feels right and get to that place of balance and leadership. 2 is about balance, 1's about leadership, if you want to see it that way, on their own without adding them up to the 3. So, you know, make sure that you're tapping in to what feels right, walking the temple path, getting spiritual answers and messages. But even if you are getting spiritual answers and messages, not all your answers are going to lie there. Alright, most of your answers to this situation is going to be through strategy. It's going to be through fire energy. It's going to be through action, doing things, being practical and logical. So you can get spiritual answers from this, but I'm seeing that you really need to, you know, to take control of this situation. You really need to be sat in that fire energy like a fire sign. You really need to be logical and practical and bring it back down to earth, because you might have been all up in your head again, blinded by love or doing things out of love and affection, but it might not have paid off and it might have actually made the situation worse, is what I'm seeing for a lot of you. So make sure that you're healing this heart chakra, and then you can take the temple path and be spiritual about it and receive spiritual answers, but also make sure that you're being practical, down to earth and logical as well, and that you've got a clear-cut strategy and that you're carrying out that plan. But yeah, you might have been struggling to connect to spirit recently and getting answers if you are spiritual. I'm getting for some of you. But yeah, you can have the temple path to victory. Yeah, that's your reading if you pick pile 2. I hope you resonated with that. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys back next time. Unless you don't want to, then I won't see you back next time. But yeah, that was your reading. I hope you resonated with it, guys. So if you picked pile 3, the star... I'm sorry guys, I just gotta like move my leg. It's like gone so numb from being sat in that position. Oh. So we have patience in reverse. We also have life review, anxiety, contract. We have patience again, but in upright position. We have attachment. We have second chakra, Archangel Ariel. We have happy family, caring connections, woman holding a heart, Daughter Romance. I've actually got a lot of cards for this one. Man holding a coin. Just going to put that up there. Community in reverse. And the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, which is known as the 3rd eye chakra. Just going to pop those up there. So what I'm getting straight away is, let's have a look. So you're feeling really impatient about a financial situation, perhaps that you've had a goal for a long time and you've really been struggling to reach it, because we have got 1 + 4 = 5. 5 is about struggle. I know we go from 0 to 10 in traditional tarot, so it's kind of like the halfway point or middle ground. You've been feeling like you've been stuck in this middle ground for a long time, and you are losing patience with this situation. But as you lose patience, you create more anxiety for yourself, as we've got with the anxiety card. We've got 1 + 8 = 9, so going into solitude about a situation, feeling anxious, having negative thoughts in solitude. I'm trying to reach the card. We've got community in reverse, so rejecting people's opinions, rejecting people's thoughts, rejecting community or family or people trying to help you in this situation, because you have got anxiety in solitude. So you're not really speaking to people about this situation, or if you are, it's at least very few people. I've got that you're a very giver. So we have Daughter Romance, we have Woman Holding a Heart, and we also have Caring Connections, along with Happy Family. So that was my cat throwing an ornament off of the windowsill. Thank you. So you're a giving person. You are someone who wears your heart on your sleeve. 4 + 4 = 8, so 8's the family number. So particularly when it comes to family, as we have the Happy Family card anyway, also look at all the 4s we've got, like 3 3 4 4 4 4. You might actually have an angel. You might actually be experiencing number synchronicities right now as well. But yeah, particularly when it comes to the family, you're not afraid to give. You possibly could have been giving or loaning money to other people in your family, or possibly a lover, because we have got the Romance card. Again, 3 + 3 = 6. I always say 6 and 8 are family numbers. So we've got family numbers here. We've also got Caring Connection, so yeah, you really do care for other people, but lately it's been a struggle, because we've got, well, 1 + 4 = 5, so 5 is about struggle. You've really been struggling with this lately. You might have been giving yourself so much to other people, giving your whole heart to other people, that you're really struggling now to even give any more of yourself, because you've given so much, and now you're running out of patience because you feel like you're not getting anything back. And it's made you come to a point where you've really had to have a life review. What do I want? How much more can I take? What do I need to do? Should I be doing things differently? I'm at a standstill. And it's caused you to have some anxiety and solitude, and ultimately reject other people and push yourself away from Caring Connections, because we have got community in reverse. We've also got number 7 in reverse, so possibly rejecting spiritual knowledge, rejecting the spiritual world, because I have also got the 6th chakra in reversed. This is the 3rd eye chakra, which is all about spiritual knowledge, psychic awareness, that sort of thing. So you might actually be rejecting spiritual messages that are coming through for you, just rejecting people in general, whether it's people in the physical or people in the spiritual world. You're like, no, I just want to be by myself to really think about this. But you know, when we do this in solitude, we actually create even more anxiety, and what we do is we can actually manifest the situation to be worse. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have any solitude in this situation. If you feel that you need to take time to have solitude, then by all means do that, because you could have been given a lot, particularly in love. It could mean that giving to someone else who's not giving full in return back, but it could cause you some spiritual imbalances. It might not just be that you're rejecting spiritual information or spiritual knowledge or answers, but it might just be that you're rejecting everything in general because you don't feel like you're getting anything out of it. You don't feel like you're getting anything back. But you do have the capacity to tap into this spiritual knowledge. Number 4, stability. You can find financial stability through seeking spiritual answers and making sure that you are more spiritually open, more spiritually aware, really tapping into your 6th sense, Make sure that you're tapping into your intuition and how to go about this situation. But you also need to make sure that you have the patience. Again, 1 + 6 = 7, another spiritual number. You are connected to spirit, you are connected to the divine, but you're not tapping into it. And even though you don't have patience now, your guides and angels are telling you you need patience. You need to have patience with this situation, because this could be a contract, all right? This could be a family soul contract. You might have been blinded by love, because you know, this lady here is blindfolded, and we've also got the door to romance. You were blinded by love in a situation. I also feel this reading is really connected, or could just be a continuation of the second reading. So if you are in this reading, I'd possibly go back and see number 2 as well, see if that resonates with you. You don't have to, but this might just be enough. But if you do want more insight, I'd go back to see number 2, because this was very similar as well. But yeah, you possibly have a spiritual contract with this person, and that's why they're saying that you need more patience. Everything is in divine order. We've got the 7 spiritual number. Everything's in spiritual order. Everything's in divine order. You might be having a bit of trouble now, but you know, you've got a contract. There might be a lesson to learn here. There's a lesson to learn and some balancing to do. We have got the scales, and they are slightly out of balance. I don't know if you can tell, but one is slightly tipping, so make sure that you're not getting out of balance with this. That you're not becoming too much in solitude. Possibly one of you might have a negative attachment. I'm really getting 5 is about struggle, people wearing masks, people having false pretenses. People are blinded by this because of manipulative behaviour. Ultimately, we want a stable, happy family, and we can have that. We can have that, but someone's got a negative attachment right now. Someone is... yeah, someone might be attached for money. You might feel, actually, for a lot of you, you might be dependent. You might be dependent in a financial situation, and you feel attached to this person, and you can't let go because of finances, but you're bound into a contract. It could be a business contract. The attachment could actually be a contract. A family business even, because we've got number 6. And you feel like you can't release yourself from this situation, and you're really running out of patience with it. You're like, something needs to give, something needs to change, because yeah, you could be worried about finances because you're trying to start a family in a stable home, and you're having anxiety about this because you currently might be in solitude. You currently might be in solitude. You might have broken up or be single currently, for some of you, and you want a happy family, but you're thinking, hey, I haven't got the patience for this, I haven't got the time. You might be attached onto a certain person who's providing you with money, or someone's attached onto you because you're giving them money, because we've got a woman holding a heart outlook. I also see her as very fertile as well. So, you know, you're offering your heart because you want to start a family. You want a loving, caring connection. You want a caring connection that will be stable. And you want finances, but you know, the finances that you desire, but you're really struggling with that. You feel a disconnect from community. You feel a disconnect from spirituality. As I said again, this was originally reversed, so you're feeling disconnected from spirit. But you know, everything is in divine order. Everything is in divine order. You might currently be going through a life review, but remember to have the patience. The daughter romance is coming if you are single. We've got 3 + 3 = 6. The family number. We do have daughter romance coming in if you are trying to manifest this and trying to get the finances for this. But it could be for some of you that someone's financially dependent on